Go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Moments away, it'll be the Indiana Pacers going up against the 76ers in Philadelphia. And the 76ers going through a bit of a rough stretch. It's been a rough ride for them so far. We're a decent ways into the season now, and they're still stuck on one win. They've got nowhere to go but up. At least they can say that much. And Joel Embiid missed all of last season with an injury. Now that he's getting some action on the floor, Kenny, how do you see him developing?
Well, he's very fluid. You know, he's got great movement, gets up and down the floor for his size. You know, he's got really good footwork for a guy who's been sitting out that long. He's a legitimate 7-footer, Shaq, and, you know, those are rare and hard to find.
You know, I like his game because he can face up, play with his back to the basket, and he's equally comfortable scoring in either position. I like that about his game.
How's his feet work?
Feet work is perpetuous excellence at its finest.
How's his footwork?
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
That about does it. Kevin Harlan standing by. Kevin, take it away.
Welcome to Philadelphia, everyone, as the 76ers get ready to defend home court in the Eastern Conference. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports with Greg Anthony, Clark Kelly. Sideline reporter Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. And so here we go, the 76ers to start it. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And so in the game for the Pacers. Teague out there with Ellis. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Young. And it's Turner in at the 5, roaming the paint. Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against the Bulls in Chicago.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. That has to make you feel good as a group. Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries. Tell you what, Monte Ellis is one of the best second-round draft picks of all time in the league, not just the last decade. I mean, this guy was a 5-star recruit out of high school, committed to college, but changed his mind and entered the draft, where the Warriors stole him with the 40th pick in 2005.
Here's Ellis. Following the basket by Gerald Henderson. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Ellis. He's tightly guarded. That doesn't go in either for Teague. Getting back to Monte Ellis. Had he gone to college for even 1 year, I think he would have probably been a top 10 pick. But you look at what he's brought to the table over his career. Points and assists. Rebounds, steals, playmaking. His production has been astounding.
You know, he's one of those unsung players. He never gets voted to the All-Star game. Never gets spoken about as one of the top guards in this league. But you look at the body of work and you ask his competitors throughout this league, and they're going to tell you that guy's as tough as they get.
Here's George. Jahlil Okafor making his last shot. George hits the front of the rim and out. So the 76ers, their last game, a loss to Dallas.
Yeah, but they didn't roll over in that game. Had a good chance still to pull out the victory. Just couldn't come through in crunch time.
Greg, I thought it was a solid effort from them all the way around. I mean, if as you and I know, moral victories are kind of empty consolation prizes. A loss is a loss.
Here's Ellis following the basket by Gerald Henderson. Looking to end the run, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Jahlil Okafor. Thaddeus Young provides a lot of things, Clark. Solid on both ends of the floor. You can plug him into almost any lineup and make it work.
Yeah, he's an ideal basketball player because of his versatility. I think that's one of his greatest strengths. Not only can he play the 3 or 4, he can go inside and outside, too.
And, guys, when you talk about Thaddeus Young, last year was another solid season for him. Excellent job finishing around the rim, as usual. Solid rebounding numbers, but still trying to improve his consistency from the 3. He started the season strong in that department and kind of fell off a bit at the end.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
Man, Thaddeus Young, he's really entering the prime of his career right now at age 27. Hard to believe he's now in his 9th season. Only spent 1 year in college. Still plenty of room to grow.
Bayless dishes to Noel. Pass to Henderson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And with Gerald Henderson Jr., what you see is what you get, a solid.
Right on the mark with that. He came into the league as a jack-of-all-trades kind of guy. Skills were somewhat unrefined, and that's sort of where he is today. He is who he is.
And that one falls for Henderson.
And going back to Henderson, he has the raw tools and intelligence to be a good scorer, but limited range and ball handling skills have put a cap on his development. Plus, he kind of lacks a go-to scorer's mentality.
Both free throws good from Henderson.
And, of course, Gerald Henderson Jr.'s dad was a solid NBA player in his own right. Never made an all-star team, but was a 3-time NBA champion. And ultimately, that's what counts.
Now, here's Ellis. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Indiana again missing.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
They get the rebound. And Noel throws it down.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
Extremely positive. I mean, this is a very nice lead to have early in the ball game.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
And one bright note for the Pacers last season was the play of their bench. Adding Rodney Stuckey was a huge boost for them.
And Stuckey led the charge for the Pacers bench, Greg, as you were talking about. But all around the reserves, Clark, were fantastic on the Pacers.
Yes, third in the league at almost 41 points per game off the bench. First in the NBA in bench rebounding and top 10 in field goal percentage as a bench.
Young outside Teague. There's the pick. He dishes it to George. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hand. I mean, come on now. You know, he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Pass to Turner. Lets it fly from 18. And he hits the jump shot.
He just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Here is Bayless looking for his first basket still in this one. It's Okafor atop the key. Kicks it to Stauskas. Paul George grabs the miss. Pacers trail by 7. And Okafor with the block. They retain possession. And oh, here we go with Henderson. There's Noel. Can't get it to go. Good defensive work there by Young. Indiana's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. T kicks to Young. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
The 76ers leading by 5. Here's Stauskas. The feed now to Bayless. And he converts the layup. Bayless has got his first points of the night. And for the Pacers, they're shooting a lowly 30% to start this game. There's a screen. Ellis outside. Pocket 6. Young. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
You know, last season, Thaddeus Young was moved from Minnesota to Brooklyn, guys. A good move for everybody involved as he helped with the playoff push.
Young last year, as you mentioned, GA, shipped to Brooklyn, provided good punch off the bench.
Yeah, and Young is so efficient in his scoring that he's a great guy to play heavy minutes off the bench. Shot over 50% from the floor in his games with the Nets.
The first one falls. Well, the city of Philadelphia has had some tough fans. There's no doubt. You know, we've seen him boo Santa Claus. You can imagine, Greg, how they felt about this Sixers team a year ago.
You know, the Sixers were going to be in trouble from the very start of the year. A lot of fans didn't even bother to show up to boo. I mean, Philly had the worst attendance in the league last season.
But they've got hope, Greg.
A lot of young talent. Maybe this is the year it starts to materialize.
So it's Philadelphia now. It's a 5-point game. Anderson with it. Rodney Stuckey covering. Embiid kicks to Anderson. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
I like the activity there, keeping the ball alive and creating some second chance buckets.
And Indiana making a change here. Allen's checked in.
Well, when you look at the 76ers, it's no surprise that they have empty seats. I mean, they ended up 12 and 29 at home, which wasn't the worst mark in the NBA, but it was tied for second worst.
And Philadelphia just, at times, hard to watch, even at home. I mean, they had the worst home field goal percentage in the entire league. Hard to get the crowd into it if you are clanking it on the rim every trip down.
Here is Miles. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. 3-pointer, Lawson, and Embiid pulls it down.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Pacers trail by 8. Allen outside. Pass to Miles. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Allen with the screen for Lawson. Back to Allen. Just 5 to shoot. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Philadelphia leading by 8. Moments ago, our Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with the coach, Frank Vogel. Doris?
Well, I asked him what strategy they were going to use at the offensive end, and he told me that they did not want to have to rely on their perimeter game. Instead, he plans to exploit what he described as a mismatch on the interior, saying, quote, "We have the talent inside to make things very difficult on them. We're going to use it." Kevin?
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. The 76ers shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Grant, he's checked in for Gerald Henderson. And he makes both free throws. Well, the plan has been obvious now, Clark, for a while. The 76ers really loading up on young players, letting them see a lot of minutes, and they're hoping it's going to bear some fruit, as you like to say, coming up.
Exactly, and it will in time because they've accumulated some really nice young talent, Kevin.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
And with the 76ers, it's not just on the floor that they have stifled the progress. That they've taken 2 top picks knowing they would sit out a full year just to rehab injuries.
Pacers trail by 10.
You know, one thing few people talk about with the Sixers, this plan of building through the draft and with young players, what if it actually works to their benefit? Then it would become a copycat strategy because we know in the NBA, it's a herd mentality if something works.
Here's Covington. 29 points for him last game against Dallas.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
Here's Miles and Embiid with the block. Feeds to Grant. Over to the wing. No good from outside. Pacers trail by 13. And Miles kicks to Stuckey. He's guarded by Stuckey. It's tipped. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Hill has the open look. Poked away, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. The 76ers making a switch here. Stauskas is checked in. Lawson the pass to Miles. Back to Lawson. Pick up by Hill. Lawson drives in. Here's Stuckey. That is in there. Lawson with the assist.
Assist goes to Ty Lawson.
The 76ers leading by 11. Lawson defending. Knocked loose. Stolen by Miles. Here's Stuckey. Makes it off the glass.
Boy, that's a nice feed by Lawson.
And so here is Philadelphia. Lawson defending. The dish to Landry. To the inside. Embiid. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
You know, it's going to be tough to win when you give the other team second and third opportunities to score the ball.
At some point, guys, it comes down to pride. Start banging on your chest and get after it from your heart. I mean, you got to at least offer some resistance. You can't just let guys do what they want in there.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
And there's Myers. That's good on the assist by Lawson. Miles has got his first basket of the night. Philadelphia leading by 9. Embiid the screen. Dishes it to Grant. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Throwing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Rodney Stuckey. Everyone knows about the Paul George injury from last year and how it affected the Pacers. He said almost the entire season, and there was no doubt they missed him.
Yeah, and when George came back, Kevin, the Pacers got hot, but they had to put him on a minutes limit. And it wasn't just George, though. The team as a whole had a lot of injuries during the course of the season.
And the first one drops.
And, you know, as you said, the Pacers did have problems with injuries. The team roster missed 219 games due to injury. So compare that to the 69 games missed by the Pacers in 2014. Big difference.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And really, guys, the most telling part of the Pacers' injury troubles was this. Had to use 15 different starting lineups over the course of the season. Just hard to stay consistent and competitive when you are always replacing an injured player in the lineup.
There's right on target. Grant's got 5 now.
Off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? You like their effort level here in the early going. I mean, they're really making things happen for themselves.
Now here's Stuckey. He had 13 points in the win against the Bulls in Chicago. Hill dishes to Allen. Shot clock at 5. 3-pointer. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Can't hit. Good D by Lawson.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
The 76ers leading by 12. Out to the right wing. The 11-footer. That one off the back iron and out.
Get back, get back!
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. 76ers on top. They lead by 12. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Hey, talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do.
I think I had that all my life. I always had to prove somebody wrong, and, you know, still to this day. That's just the competitiveness that I believe my oldest brother built into me when I was little.
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And, you know, that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And a comfortable margin here for the 76ers guys.
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yep, and they've set the tone here early with the hustle they've come out with.
Robert Covington out there with Okafor. Then it's Jared Bayless. Then it's Henderson. And it's Noel in at the 5. That's the group in the game for the 76ers.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Last season, the first season of action for Nerlens Noel, officially a rookie after sitting out the 2014 season. he looked good, and he got better as the season was going on.
A great point. I think that year off really helped him grow as a player. Coming into the draft when he came out, he was a guy who I thought had one of the most unbelievable motors I had ever seen. And you know what? Everything he was hyped up to be, he lived up to on the defensive end.
And for Noel, I really think he took off in the back half of the season. Up to scoring, his shooting percentage, and his rebounding. You could see him getting better almost every game.
And by the end of the season last year, Noel was completely different as a player. Always a defensive force in the league. His development is probably going faster than many expected.
And the second free throw, good.
Well, guys, once again, the 76ers finished second to last in the East. Amazingly managed to win fewer games against the East than they did the year before, which was 14 wins in 2014.
Now here's Noel. Pass to Okafor. The shot is off. Good defensive work there by Young. Pacers trail by 13. And there's Paul George on the assist by T. George has got his second bucket of the night. One thing, Greg, about Philadelphia, you talked about this. Only 12 wins for them last year against the East.
And Kevin, how about not getting a win against their own conference until December? I mean, as bad as the Sixers were last year, though, they weren't the worst. So sometimes, even for me, I still can't fathom that's the case.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. The Pacers shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. That is good. Here is Bayless. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. He feeds it to Henderson. He kicks to Noel. Now Bayless. He dishes it to Okafor. 6 to shoot. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. Pacers trail by 11. Here's George. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Good on the shot. Bayless has got 5 points now in the quarter. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Screen by Ellis. Off the pick. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 5 assists in the game.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. Well, you just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer. Clark, he's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone.
And he's also athletic. You know, sometimes you forget that. I mean, this guy's got the tools also to be a terrific defender. And I still think he's developing consistency at that end of the floor.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
And the Pacers call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated. And speaking of Jeff Teague's defense, I mean, his rebounding, I think, could also be a little higher. I mean, with his bounce, he can get in there and grab a few more.
Pacers trail by 14. There's the pick. Kicks it to Turner. On the wing, Ellis. Shot is off. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. This their first chance this season playing the Pacers.
The game is the first of a 3-game season series for these clubs, both looking to take round one.
And Greg, the first time you face a team in the season, that's when you're looking to take that mental advantage. Demonstrate you're better, and that could make it easier down the road.
Here's Ellis. Jahlil Okafor making his last shot. But they'll get another chance. Here's Young. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start, 2 for 2.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Here is Bayless. He has 7. They double him with George. Henderson, no one around him. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul.
Pacers trail by 14. Outside Teague. At the elbow, it's Turner. Down low, here's Young. Henderson pulls it in. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And Bayless kicks to Covington. They grab their own miss. And Noel throws it down.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
Paul George with the steal. Young outside. Looking for George. He gets it there. And it's good off the back rim and in. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Bayless the pass to Noel. To the middle. Here's Covington. The shot misses. Great defense that time from Ellis. Here's Teague. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
The 76ers leading by 12. Bayless dishes to Henderson. And there's the feed to Okafor. Here is Bayless. Teague covering. And Noel kicks to Bayless. And that one's good. Bayless has got 9 points.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And stolen by Noel. Fast break Philadelphia. Henderson with the ball. And he gets it to go. And the 76ers lead by 16. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the 76ers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing they've done well is they've run the shooters off their sweet spots. They've really closed out well and forced them to put the basketball on the floor. I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Some changes for Indiana. Lavoy Allen's checked in for Turner. Stuckey comes in for Monte Ellis. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Jeff Teague. Now here's Lawson. Stuckey outside. And Okafor with the block. They get it back.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
To the paint. And it's Grant in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. Pacers trail by 16.
And the Pacers just missed out on the playoffs last year and would have to settle for 9th in the East. Hard for a team that has been so dominant in the East over recent seasons.
Philadelphia has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. They set the pick. Stuckey brings the double team. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. The Pacers 4th.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points.
Watson the pass to George. Young, a screen on Grant. And George, here we go. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
Now here's Okafor. 11 points for him in that last game against Dallas.
Yeah, but his shot blocking was a factor as well. 3 on the game, just a major presence on the D.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
Stolen by Grant. He's guarded by Stuckey. Rodney Stuckey pulls it in. And some changes here for the 76ers. Embiid comes in for Nerlens Noel. And Carl Landry is subbed in for Okafor. Then for the Pacers, Hill comes in for Thaddeus Young. And it's C.J. Miles in for George. Watson kicks to Miles. Outside Hill. Passes it to Stuckey. Indiana moving the ball around. Here's Stauskas. He's guarded by Stuckey. Feeds it to Embiid. There's the pick. Buries it from three-point range. And the 76ers lead by 16. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Watson dishes to Hill. Stuckey passes to Hill. Launches a 3. And it's Miles missing.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide-open opportunities.
Grant with the ball. He's picked up by Hill. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, early on in the season still, but Kevin, it's time to take a look at where the 76ers sit right now in the league stats. 8th in steal, 12th in second chance points. And they're in the top half of the league in blocks. That's pretty good. Not too bad.
And let me add a few words about all their steals. I mean, they bring that toughness and aggression defensively. You don't get to be a top 10 team in that category by accident.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. Indiana didn't have a great record on the road last season. Only went Clark 15 and 26 on the year, and it cost them down the stretch.
It really did, Kevin. I mean, the Pacers had a bumpy year with all of the injuries, particularly with George being out for most of the year. His absence was most noted in those tough road games, I think.
And he can't hit the second.
And for the Pacers, perhaps the biggest loss of the season for them was on the road. Couldn't get it done in Memphis on the final day of the season to try and get into the postseason.
Here's Lawson. The 76ers getting the bucket. Miles with another miss.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it. Well, here's a little factoid about the Pacers on the road last season, guys. They were much better shooting free throws on the road. The difference between their road and home free throw percentage was the largest positive mark in the league. That's kind of strange.
Now, here is Hill. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Allen. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Allen's got his first bucket of the night.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Inside, it's stolen by Hill. Lawson kicks to Stuckey. Back to Lawson. Lets it go from deep. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Allen's shot is off.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Philadelphia with the ball. Landry, and he goes in for the dunk.
How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
Almost. How about the glide in and then also to reverse it?
And the shot is good.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
There's 53 seconds left to play here in the half. Over to the left wing. To the wing on the left. Stauskas dishes to Landry. Shot clock at 6. Shot is no good. Lawson with the defensive effort there. Pacers trail by 17. On the wing, Stuckey. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. Lawson's got 6 assists in the game. Philadelphia's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Out to the right wing. Here's Embiid. Hill with some nice D.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And so we conclude the first half. 76ers lead by 15. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. We've been watching a pretty lopsided game through the first half, that's for sure. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined again by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Philadelphia finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They lead by 15. Starting with Kenny, your take.
Well, we can't look past the huge contribution their bench has provided. They've got this lead mainly because of the injection of energy and offense that they got from their reserves. That's what a coach wants to see. I'm guessing the minutes will be spread out a little bit in the second half.
Shaq, your take on Indiana.
Ernie, I'm going to hit you with some Spanish. Reason number uno why they're being blown out is their poor reboundion. Is that right? Reboundion? I don't know. Rebounding, whatever, however you say it. They're just not battling. Where's the fight? They've had way too many one-and-done possessions. Time to crank up the effort, Ernie.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Okay, Philadelphia, let's give a hand.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
George with a really solid quarter. He's got 11 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. They've got Turner. Ellis is out there with Teague. Then it's Paul George. And it's Young in at the 4 spot. Now here's Teague. There's the dish to Young. Up and in from the low block. Young's got the first basket of the second half here for the Pacers. The 76ers leading by 13. Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
Noel. And the shot is good.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They have got to figure it out. And Jeff Teague, a real speed merchant. I mean, very tough to stay in front of. He can put you on skates, blow by, and get right to the rim.
And the free throw, no good.
And, guys, Jeff Teague, an attack guard. He's just an average three-point shooter, but he gets to the free throw line in bunches, shoots at a high percentage, and has really revolved, I think, into one of the elite point guards in the league.
Open shot, Henderson. No good. So Indiana will take it the other way. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Young, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Here is Bayless. 9 points in the game so far. And Noel kicks to Okafor. To the left side wing. Lays it up and banks it in. Okafor's got 10 points in the game.
Well, if you're going to give them layups, there's no way you're going to get back in this game.
Count it, and the 76ers lead has been cut down to 13. Good bucket there from Young.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Bayless the pass to Noel. Here is Bayless. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Stauskas' shot is off. Pacers trail by 13. Nobody near George. From outside, off the mark.
The clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Down low. It's rebounded by Indiana.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
And here we go. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. And that's 13 points here for George.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And clearly Frank Vogel wants to talk it over.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
Pacers trail by 11. Outside Teague. Stolen by Henderson. Oh, and here we go. Bayless got it, the fast break chance.
The defense keeps coming up short. Just no solution for Bayless. He has 9 points and also a block shot.
Foul. Elbow. 2.
For Bayless, it was his 6th team in 7 years last season. A good utility combo guard to have. He can score, he can make plays for others. He's really defined his role in this league.
So he gets them both. The 76ers didn't lie to themselves about last season, Greg. They knew they weren't going to be in the playoffs. They spent a lot of time last season developing their young players.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, the 3rd straight year the Sixers would miss the playoffs. But as you said, Kevin, they knew what the season had in store. The key was, could they keep those young guys focused on growth and experience and not get caught up in the fact that they struggled to win games.
And it's clear for the Sixers, the plan has been to continue to add good young players. Eventually, I think they'll be a force in the East. There's no guarantee, but they've got a plan and they're sticking to it.
The Pacers have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
A lot of teams that win a title often have a former #1 pick leading the way, or at least a top 3 NBA draft pick as their leader. So the 76ers are trying a shotgun approach to that, trying to get as many top 3 picks as they can, hoping one turns into the next superstar.
And he's good on the second.
First off, look, every year there are all-star game snubs, and perhaps last year Monte Ellis was the big one in the West. Hard to leave him off given the way he played for the Mavs.
Now here's Henderson. He's got 6. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Just 4 to shoot. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
That's his second personal foul.
For Monte not being an all-star, there are a lot of guys that could have made an argument to be there. Monte's was as strong as any.
Yeah, and his own coach said that Monte deserved it more than Dirk, his teammate. Not a shot at Dirk by Carlisle, just Rick expressing how valuable Monte was to the Mavs.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Henderson.
Take a look at what Henderson's been doing. He's got 8 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. They don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
Now here's Ellis. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game.
You know, they're not totally dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
Yeah, but they've separated themselves, Clark, in a number of categories. Rebounds just being one of them.
Here's Ellis. Dishes to Teague. The pass to Turner. All sorts of time. That's good. And so Teague with the assist. Teague's got 9 assists now tonight. The 76ers leading by 12. Now Bayless. 11 points in the game. Henderson dishes to Okafor. Noel sets a screen for Okafor. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Young. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
Now here's Henderson. 8 points for him. Here's Bayless. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And how about a look now at the first-year block leaders in the NBA? Here are the top rookie intimidators. Third is Joel Embiid. Miles Turner fourth.
And among first-year players, these two are as intimidating a pair of shot blockers as you're going to see.
Yeah, both of them do a tremendous job of defending at the point of attack, not letting guys muscle them out of position. Forces to be reckoned with for sure.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Bayless. Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Landry comes in for Okafor. The Pacers also changing it up. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Young. And it's C.J. Miles in for Paul George. Both free throws good from Bayless. Pacers trail by 14. Outside Teague. Pass to Miles. Lets the three fly. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Covington. Great D that time from T.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And for C.J. Miles, he sure can string together a long line of threes under the league with a nice jump shot that has now become deadly.
Yeah, he doesn't get to the free throw line much, and he's not really much of a playmaker, but he's 3D in color. HD 3D.
And talking about C.J. Miles, he was filthy last year. Indiana needed his spark offensively, especially without Paul George in the lineup. Miles responded by putting up career highs in points and minutes played. Just an unbelievable impact on the season.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Allen's checked in for Turner. Stuckey comes in for Ellis. And it's Lawson in for Jeff Teague.
And for most every team out there, guys, they're looking for a guy like C.J. Miles. Decent size, natural movement skills, and can absolutely shoot the lights out. Call them buckets, because that's a lethal formula.
Pass to Henderson. Off the screen. They get it back. Landry kicks to Embiid. It's stolen by Allen. And here's the fast break. Oh, and he can't cap off the break. The 76ers leading by 13. Kicks to Henderson to the inside. Landry passes to Embiid from 11 feet away. Can't get it to go. And Indiana will come the other way. Now here's Lawson, guarded closely. To the middle. Here's Allen. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
I've been impressed with how well they've penetrated tonight, too.
Embiid dishes to Landry. Stuckey against Henderson. And a miss there on the triple. Pacers trail by 10. Stuckey drives inside. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Stuckey's got 8 points. Philadelphia has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Henderson. Right through the D for the layup. And the 76ers lead by 10.
Ooh, tough layup with a guy right on him. He can be a hard player to handle at times.
And Lawson, here we go. It's deflected. And the 76ers shooting 43% for the game. And there's the feed to Landry. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And for Carl Landry, he powered his way through the league a few years back, but somewhere along the line, Clark, his game kind of topped out.
His best season, Kevin, he averaged 18 and 7. I think injuries have been a factor, but last year was down to 7 and 4 his game averages, so he's starting to slide.
Free throw drops for Landry.
And back to Carl Landry, sophisticated scorer, a variety of post moves, a tough guy willing to play through pain, but he just never had the size or explosiveness to dominate. And now that he's getting a little older, that really has become an issue.
And he makes the first but misses the second.
You know, visiting Carl Landry again here, I mean, he's a roll guy. He shoots a high percentage from the field, from the foul line, gives you a little nasty and edge down low, yet you can't make him out to be more than he is.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen. He's really lacking in confidence out there. 0 field goals made so far in this game.
Passes it to Grant. Landry with the screen. Stauskas inside the line. Again, Philadelphia.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder how much can they win by.
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it. You can see it. In part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And here are the Pacers now after the Sixers pick up 2. Pick up by Hill. Stuckey kicks to Allen. Hill passes to Miles. No good again that time.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball, share the sugar. It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Here's Stuckey. The 76ers getting the bucket. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Philadelphia with the ball. Feeds it to Stauskas. The Pacers pull it in. Allen's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pacers trail by 17. Here's Stuckey. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Lawson's got assist number 8 now on the night. Lawson defending. The dish to Embiid. Five to shoot. Hill with some nice D. Indiana's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Timeout for the 76ers.
And the 76ers call time here. Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
And getting back to Jordan Hill, everyone had been waiting for this. I mean, greater activity, more aggressiveness, and he puts up career highs in points, rebounds, and assists.
Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Lavoy Allen. 1:24 left to play in the third. Lawson defending. Dishes it to Landry. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Landry's got 10 points.
On the topic of Jordan Hill, hey, there aren't many guys like him with his size who can move that well. He's entering the prime of his career right now. Will he continue to ascend, or will he be content with where he's at? Time will tell.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Embiid with the screen on Lawson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the 76ers making a change here. Okafor's checked in. Paul George, he's checked in for Indiana. Ellis comes in for Ty Lawson. Pacers trail by 13. There's 39 seconds left in the third. Here's Young, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Terrific game for Young. 8 rebounds, and he's added to his totals by picking up 3 points at the line as well.
Yeah, that'll balance out that stat sheet nicely. I mean, you always want to see at least a few points from the free throw line.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And so he hits both. 35 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Stauskas. He's guarded by Ellis. There's a screen by Noel. Stauskas dishes to Noel. He kicks it to Bayless. He's looking for Okafor and finds him. And it's sent back by Hill. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And the rejection by Noel. And he gets it back for the three. The shot by George, no good. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. 76ers on top. They're up by 11. Live from Philadelphia, we're watching 2K Sports. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Philadelphia leading by 11. We've got Robert Covington. Jared Bayless is out there with Henderson. Then it's Noel. And it's Okafor in at the 4. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Here's Teague. Ellis outside. He feeds it to Young. They set the screen. That's good. And so Teague with the assist. And that's now 19 points here for Thaddeus Young. Philadelphia shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Noel passes to Bayless. Okafor against Young. Okafor kicks to Bayless. Clock at 6. Here's Henderson. Out to the wing. For 3, Covington. It's rebounded by T.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Gets it down to single digits.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Henderson, but they get it down. Noel dishes to Okafor, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
And good on the basket. Book it. And it's the Pacers with the ball, trailing by 13. Ellis kicks to Teague. He dishes it to Young. And Okafor with the block. But they recover it. The shot by Turner, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
And it's good. And it's 7 points for Teague.
Almost intimidating the defense there. They didn't even try to get back on defense.
Well, I don't think it would have mattered even if they did try to get back, Greg. I mean, there was no way anybody was going to beat him to the bucket there.
And the call will be against Jeff Teague. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Bayless. Sinks the triple. Pacers trail by 14. Outside Teague. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
That's his 4th personal foul. Shooting for Philadelphia, Jeff Teague at the line for 2.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
free throw, good. Teague.
Well, it's been a good game tonight for Teague. He has 8 points, and the assist numbers tremendous.
His court vision is on par with anybody. I mean, he could not pass the ball any better than he is right now.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Embiid's checked in. And so Teague hits 2 free throws. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And Bayless kicks to Henderson. Young against Okafor. There's the pass to Henderson. Powers down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risks to see if they can cut that lead down.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Philadelphia leading by 12. Bayless the pass to Embiid. Kicks to Henderson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on George.
And one thing that I know a lot of fans are worried about is NBA jerseys with ads on them. It's something the NBA has explored more in-depth recently and would be another stream of revenue for the league.
And with the ads on the jerseys, it isn't something that would sit well with the fans probably, but around the globe, almost every other league in the world has ads on their jerseys.
You know, the NBA has shown that they're willing to try new things with jerseys, much like they've looked at other issues. It started with the sleeve jerseys, and advertisements is just another area they're exploring.
Both free throws good from Henderson. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. George dishes to Young. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Oh, good D, but better O. It's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well said. Well, for the most part, they were just standing still, Clark.
Yeah.
And you know what, Kevin? He's not the most explosive player on the court, but if you give him a clear lane to the basket, he'll punch it on you.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. The 76ers leading by 16. He's guarded by Ellis. Here's Okafor. It's rebounded by Indiana. George has got 6 rebounds in the game. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Take a look at what Ellis has done so far. He's got 8 points, and he's picked up 1 dime.
Stauskas is checked in for Philadelphia. And Ellis drops them both.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
And Bayless kicks to Okafor. They set the screen. And here's Stauskas from the arc. It's rebounded by Teague. Pacers trail by 14. Turner against Embiid. Corner shot. Indiana again missing.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Embiid the screen. Pass to Stauskas. Young with the steal. Now the feed to Ellis. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Here is Bayless, and it's Okafor at the elbow. Henderson passes to Bayless. Feeds it to Stauskas. 4 on the clock. Trains it from beyond the arc.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Ellis dishes to Turner. Shoots from the elbow. Hits the front of the rim and out. The 76ers leading by 15. Embiid with a screen on Teague. Pass to Stauskas. The dish to Okafor. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Here's Henderson. The rebound by Turner. The Pacers have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Embiid against George. Turner with a screen on Embiid. Off the pick. And it's laid up and in by Young. Young's got 14 points now in the second half.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Here's Stauskas. He's guarded by Ellis. Stauskas kicks to Bayless. Passes it to Stauskas. Now Bayless.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And George, here we go. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And Bayless gets to Okafor. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
To the paint. Stolen by Henderson. Dishes it to Okafor. He kicks to Henderson. To the right side. And Embiid's a bucket on the assist by Bayless. Bayless has got 5 assists in the game. Pacers trail by 17. Ellis outside. Turner passes to George. Young sets a screen for George. Inside. Plays it up and banks it in. 13 points for Ellis.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back. You know, and Paul George played the first few years of his career in the NBA with 24 on his back. And as you can see, he now goes with 13 after making the switch prior to last year.
And the 76ers call time here. And with Paul George going with the number 13 now, as you can see, helps with his nickname, PG-13.
Yeah, that's a good nickname, a nice fit. Young Tracy, as he likes to go by on Twitter, he said himself that it was about embracing his stature and stardom in the league. Nice way to do it.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He said, nobody but us believed we'd be in this position, and here we are. I'm proud of you guys tonight. Now go finish this thing off.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Noel's checked in for Joel Embiid. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for the Pacers. Pacers trail by 15. And that one's good. George.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we can see right there why he does.
Bayless dishes to Okafor. He feeds it to Stauskas. Stuckey brings the double team. Another miss by Philadelphia. For Indiana, they've got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Outside Teague. Screen by Young. From deep, George. That doesn't go either for George.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Stauskas kicks to Bayless. He dishes it to Henderson. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots off the screen. That one off the back iron and out. Pacers trail by 13. And George, here we go. Down low, Stuckey. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 6 assists now in the game.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assist. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Young for 3. Offensive rebound, Pacers. Philadelphia leading by 13. Here is Bayless. Pick by Okafor. Bayless the pass to Henderson. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
Teague dishes to George. There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
And Noel kicks to Bayless. Back to Noel. Picked by Okafor. Here's Henderson. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the 76ers.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one, Kevin, and then they do it again. It worked.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us, Greg, that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
And while it's a team game, you can't win without guys showing up. And that was the case tonight for Okafor. And with the way he came out energized on the defensive end in particular, getting a hand on a lot of shots, that really got them rolling.
The Pacers making a switch here. Hill, he's checked in for Turner. Allen comes in for Young. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Jeff Teague. Miles the pass to Lawson. Thompson against Stuckey. Hill a screen on Thompson. Here's Miles. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. They led the game at one point by 20. The pass to Lent. Here's the screen. Kicks it to Thompson. Thompson is double. Pass to Covington. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now, here is Lawson. Not a lot of room. Off the left rim and out. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Gerald, this team seemed intent on winning and setting the pace of this game from early on. Was that a primary focus to dictate tempo?
I mean, that's a key for us to come out from the beginning. You know, we usually have pretty good first quarters. You know, our problem's been just sustaining it. So, you know, we did that tonight, and, you know, thankfully we won.
Congratulations, Gerald. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now we send you to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's standing by in our studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's move on to our Jordan Player of the Game. He put his team on his back and carried them as we've seen him do before. But it never gets old. A textbook example of making play after play to lead the way. Shaq, what'd you think?
His play tonight, Ernie, was finally a bright spot for them because, they had a very rough stretch of games. It's been a while since their last win, and he was not content on playing a supporting role and letting them lose another one. He came on strong, took over, and put an end to the losing streak.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.